My name is Anthony Allen, welcome here to my YouTube channel, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to set up a Stripe account.
It's the one and only Anthony Allen.
So as I just mentioned in my introduction to this video, in this one I'm going to teach you how to set up a Stripe account. I'm going to take you through this whole process step by step. And if you enjoyed this video at any point, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel right here, as I have more videos like this to come, and I also would like you to have those notifications on so you don't miss them. Now without further ado, I'm going to screen share Stripe with you and take you through the whole entire process of starting a Stripe account. So now I'm going to take you through a step-by-step setup of Stripe. As you can see, there's a bit of information on screen. You can see a mobile phone using the Stripe application, and you can also see that millions of businesses of all sizes, from startups to large enterprises, use Stripe software and APIs to accept payments, send payments out, and also manage their business online. We're going to select the Start Now button because we're new to the service. Actually, before we do so, let's go on to pricing. So when I make videos like this, many of you have questions about if the service is free to use. With Stripe, you can see that there is a pay-as-you-go method of payment. For example, let me explain this. There are no setup fees, no monthly fees, or hidden fees. Instead, this is structured more like a service such as PayPal, and there is a percentage of each payment taken in order to pay for the services Stripe provide. We're going to select Get Started in Minutes. But you can also select this from the home page by saying Start Now. Now you can see that it's quick and free to sign up. Enter your email account and sign up. So we're going to do this now, and I'm going to show you how this is done step by step. So first I'm going to enter my email. I also have KeyGen, so I can enter it quite easily. And then I'm actually going to use a suggested password that Google can actually recommend for me. You can see that I've already created an account using this email. So I'm going to have to use a different email in order to sign up for Stripe. Once you've filled out your name, email and password, select the registration button. From here, you can see that I'm almost already completed with the sign up, but there is another step that needs to be completed before we can accept payments using Stripe. For example, you can get your API keys. An API key is a private key that actually helps you to communicate with your Stripe account. For example, if you're building an application or a checkout of your own and you want to code your payments to go directly to your Stripe account, the API key is what you would need in order for this to work. The API allows you to communicate with your Stripe payments account. Of course, if you're into coding and creating, for example, your own website that will accept payments, you can also verify your email. If you click the drop-down menu, you will be able to see which email you've entered and therefore where you need to locate the email that you need to verify. Now that the email is verified and you've located the email within your inbox and you've selected the email and you've re-entered your password within the website after you've been redirected back to the Stripe site, that was a bit of a mouthful, you now have to activate your Stripe account. So I'm going to click this now. Before you start processing payments, tell us a few details about you and the products or services you're selling. So of course, Stripe is mainly for those business customers. Let's select Start Now. Here is where you'll be entering the information that you need in order to get started with your Stripe account. So from this page, the first thing you do is you would enter your address of your business, including postcode, then the type of business below. You have private limited company, individual or sole trader, non-profit organisation, and a partnership or LLP. Select what's applicable to you and enter the address of this business. Depending on which business model you selected, the next page will be different. I selected sole trader because most of you that will be watching this video will be sole traders. This is a person, a single business entity, a single person that is responsible for the business. What you would need to do here is you would need to enter the name of that person, you, your email, date of birth, and home address. You will also need to enter a valid phone number. Once this is done, select Next. The next page, if you selected sole trader, is a VAT number, if applicable. Most sole traders that will be watching this video won't be entering a VAT number. A VAT number are for those businesses that are earning a considerable amount of annual money, income. You then select the industry. You would then select the industry of your business. The next thing that you would need to enter would be your business website. You can see here that once I'm hovering my mouse over that section, it's actually giving me a hint. If you do not have a website yet, you can share an App Store link or a business social media profile. Product description. In a few sentences, describe your goods or services, your customers, and when you charge your customers. For example, during the checkout, one day after a service, etc. The next page is credit card statement. If somebody makes a payment with a credit card, they will need information of your business. Now you can see that it's already filled the statement descriptor. A statement descriptor is a business name a customer will see on their card statements. Choose a name that's easy to recognize to avoid potential chargebacks. Chargebacks are basically refunds that are taken with the card holder. For example, if I see a payment within my banking or credit card details and I don't recognize the payment, you can then contact your credit card provider and you can get this payment refunded. This is what's known as a chargeback. In our case, we're going to put Shopball as an example. Now you can change your customer support phone number. In our case, we're going to leave it the same. These are things that you can change later on. And then you want a BACS direct debit display name. Then you will have a BACS debit card display name. This should be short and sweet, a lot like your shortened descriptor. The next step is where you would like and how you would like to receive your payments from Stripe. We're going to select our native currency. At the moment it's set to Euro. We're going to set this to British Pound because I'm in England. You can see that this has now changed the information we have to enter applicable to the currency that I have selected. With the British Pound payment, you will need a sort code, an IBAN number, and to confirm an account number. Your IBAN can be found in your bank details online. If you're having trouble with this, of course you can get in touch with me in the comment section down below and I can give you more information depending on which bank you were using in order to find your IBAN number. I'm going to enter this information now, but of course, much like the rest of the video, I'll be censoring any sensitive information. This is where you set up your all-important two-step authentication. This strengthens the security of your account. And this will help that nobody else can log into your account. Basically protecting your account from fraud and theft. There are two methods of two-step authentication. One is through SMS. This will be a text message that's sent to the phone number that you have already provided. Or two would be to use your Authenticator app. Now I'm going to select SMS. Common authenticators apps are Google Authenticator and Authy. So be ready to use those applications if you're going to select Use an Authenticator app. I'm going to select Use SMS. Now it's giving me the option to enter a number and not going for a number that I've already entered throughout this whole application process, which is good. Remembering to select your region, enter the phone number applicable. This will then send a SMS, a text message, to the phone number that you have provided. Once you have entered this information, you will then be sent a backup code. This backup code is to be used in case you have lost your mobile device for your two-step authentication. Of course, entering a mobile device is always risky if you're one that loses your mobile phone or damages your mobile phone so it cannot be used or retrieved in some way, shape or form, which is why Stripe have already thought about this and provided you with a second authentication, just in case you lose your phone or damage your phone. You can save this to clipboard, which will allow you to paste it to a document afterwards as it's saved to a clipboard, or you can download. I'm going to select download. I'm going to allow the website to download the files for me, as I trust the website. Once you've done this, select done. Once you've done this, you can add another method for two-step authentication, or you can select next. Of course, I'm going to censor this information, but it's basically giving you a verification summary of your account information. Once you've found that all the information is correct, select done. And that's the whole entire process of signing up for your Stripe account. You can see that this is reviewing, and they're basically reviewing the information against databases. Once this has been confirmed, you are now able to use your Stripe account. Now that we're all set up via the desktop, let's have a look at the Stripe mobile phone application. So now we're going to use the official Stripe mobile phone application. If you're an Android user, you'll want to find the Google Play Store. If you're an iPhone user, you'd need to find the Apple App Store. Once inside, search Stripe. Look for the official Stripe logo, and once found, you have found the official Stripe application. You can tap on the application for more information. You can also read the ratings and reviews. But for the purpose of this demonstration, we're going to select Get. Once the application is downloaded, open the Stripe dashboard application. Once inside the Stripe application, the first screen that you'll be greeted with is a sign-in page. Enter the email and password used when registering your Stripe account. Stripe will then send a verification to your associated mobile device. Copy and paste this, and you are now inside the official Stripe application, and you have logged in to your account. The interface of the Stripe application can be overwhelming for a first-time user, but let's go through various things that we can see on screen. You can see that today's date is noted at the top of this data here. It says that it's the 29th of September. Below the date, it's telling us the gross volume of the account. This is the amount of income you have accumulated within your Stripe account. Next to this, you can see that it says payments, so that you can quantify how many payments have equaled your gross volume. And then you have your customers. This is brilliant for business users, as you can find the basic flow, cash flow of your business. You can find out how many customers are paying, how many payments you've received from these customers, and also how much money you earned in total from these transactions. Then you have some more analytics below this. You have a graph, and you can change whether you're looking at the data for 1 week, 4 weeks, 1 year, month to the date, quarter of the year to the date, a year to the day's current date, or your all-time gross volume revenue. Selecting these will change the data that you can see within the line graph below. And of course, this will also be reflected with the data that you can see above. If we scroll across, you can also have a look at yesterday's information. You also at the top of the screen have your business name. In our case, we used our non-profit business known as Shopbull. More information on Shopbull will be found in the card above. And now, of course, you have this icon in the top right hand corner of the screen. We're going to tap on this. And you can see that you can change the information that is shown on the graph. You can have a look or remove new customers, successful charges, net volume, gross volume, and average revenue per customer. We're going to select Done. If we scroll down in this dashboard, you can see all the relevant data and information that you have added to your dashboard. To remove one of these, you would click on that icon in the top right hand corner of the screen again, and you would remove the information that you don't want represented in your dashboard. For example, let's remove gross volume. To do this, select the red minus button on the left hand side and then select delete. You can see that gross volume is now a chart data that we can add back to our dashboard. But for now, let's select Done. You will no longer see gross volume at the top of our information within our dashboard of Stripe. As well as this, we also have additional information below the application in a menu. At this current time, we are on the home dashboard, but there are also payments, customers, balance, and you can search information. Let's select the search icon in the bottom right hand corner of the application. This is where you would search for specific data that you have collected via Stripe. Because this is a brand new account and we haven't collected any payments, there is no data for us to search through. So let's tap on the middle of the screen to get rid of the keypad, and let's select balance. Here you can see what is actually pending into your Stripe account, which means in transit, the estimated future payout, and also your total. Now let's select customers in the middle of the bottom of the application. Here you can see we have no customer recent activity, but this is the screen that you would look for activity via your customers. For example, if you've received a payment for a customer. Now let's select payments. Here is where you would find any payments that had been made to your account. This is great for if you're looking for a recent payment or recent activity via your payments received within Stripe. Now let's select the home icon in the bottom left of the application. Let's select the gear icon in the top left hand corner of the app. Here is where you can change various settings within your Stripe dashboard application. You can enable Touch ID for an additional layer of security. You can also set your preferred email client. What this means is, for example, Gmail, Outlook, or Apple Mail. These are what you call email clients. They are who handles the email inbox that you receive your emails to. Let's say that you like to receive your business emails to Outlook. This is where you would change your preferences within the Stripe account to receive emails in regards to your Stripe account changes to your Outlook inbox. Maybe this is because you receive those emails via the application on your mobile phone, therefore you prefer to do that. Whatever the reason, this is where you can change those preferences. You can also rate this application on the App Store. This will also be available for the Google Play Store. You can send feedback to the Stripe team about this application. There is also open source libraries. If you select this, open source libraries is Stripe being transparent with you about the way they have built their application and what sources they have used to code and create this application. For example, if you were to scroll down, you can see that they're using Centauri Swift. Swift code is a coding language that you use within the applications such as Xcode in order to write the interface or create the interface or create an entire phone application for the Apple App Store. Centauri Swift is an open source library that they have used in order to create this application, and you can have a look at that code. It has now opened up GitHub. GitHub is a library of coding information in Swift language that you can copy and paste into an application that you create as an app developer. Swift code is its own unique coding language, and you cannot take a Swift coded application to an Android store. The reason being is it's a brand new coding language, so you cannot copy and paste your app or take your app that you have coded and created using Swift language to anywhere else. So it's very specific to Apple. This is the reason why I chose to have a look at this open library source compared to the others that they have available on this application. It would have taken a lot of time and effort in order to recreate the application and code this application for the Google Play Store as well as the Apple App Store, as this means you would have to recreate the same model and application as basically a separate app that needs to be uploaded elsewhere. This is a brilliant effort from the Stripe team. If you'd like to know about my own experiences of coding and creating an application via Swift, I've spoken about how I coded and created an application for Shopball, and you can find that information in the card above. When you're copy and pasting somebody else's code into your application from a public library such as GitHub, you are trusting that the code will not be broken, and you are also trusting that the code will not contain anything harmful or damaging to the app and the app users. So being completely open and transparent with the users that you are using code from GitHub or another source library, open source library, is really good, because this allows the developer or somebody who knows about writing code to check the code that is being used within this app. This is to build trust with you, the user. Now we're going to select Done. And that brings us back to the home screen of the Stripe dashboard application.
If this video has been helpful to you at any point, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss another video here on this channel, on the Anthony Allen YouTube channel. And better yet, you can hit the bell notification, that bell icon, as well as the subscription button, and you'll be notified about most of the uploads here on the Anthony Allen channel. But of course, you can always check through those playlists if you're looking for specific content. As well as helpful videos like this and teaching you how to use online services and new software that might be available, or I'm teaching you how to video edit, as well as those videos, I also upload gaming content. So if you're a gamer or you're interested in games online, massive multiplayer online games, then of course you might want to hit that subscribe button as well, because I also game frequently. And also remember to stay to the end of every video, as I will always have another video relating to the one that you're watching now, so that means you're definitely going to enjoy that one as well. And with that said, I've got another video coming up right after this one. It will appear in the end card, and it's coming up right now.